the full, true story of the Great Barrier Reef. A narrative woven from deep time, natural wonder, human history, and an uncertain future. The Great Barrier Reef, a living story in 7 acts. This is not just the story of a tourist destination. It is the epic biography of the largest living structure on Earth, a complex and dynamic ecosystem that is both ancient and constantly changing. The Deep Time Foundation, 18 million years ago. The story begins not with coral but with geology. Around 25 million years ago, the continent of Australia, which had been drifting north for millions of years, reached its current position in the tropics. Its northeastern edge settled over a stable, shallow underwater plateau. This location provided the 3 fundamental ingredients for reef building. 1. Sunlight, clear, shallow waters, warmth, a tropical climate. A stable base, a continental shelf on which to grow. The first ancient corals began to colonize this submerged coastline. However, the reef we know today is much younger. Its modern formation began after the last ice age, around 20,000 to 10,000 years ago. As glaciers melted, global sea levels rose dramatically, flooding the coastal plain and submerging the foothills of the Great Dividing Range. The old dead coral reefs from previous eras became the foundation for a new generation. The corals began to grow upwards towards the sunlight, building upon the skeletons of their ancestors. This process created the complex underwater landscape we see today. The first humans, custodians of the sea, circa 40,000 plus years ago. Long before the reef took its modern form, the first peoples of Australia arrived. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have a deep, spiritual connection to the land and sea that is integral to the reef's story. Aboriginal groups like the Giringoon, Wapabura, and Yirganiji have traditional ownership of the coastal regions and islands. Torres Strait Islanders, with their distinct Melanesian culture, are master seafarers whose identity is inextricably linked to the marine environment. Their story of the reef is not written in books but in songlines, stories, art, and law passed down for over 65,000 years. They were not passive observers but active custodians, using sophisticated fish traps, practicing sustainable hunting, and managing the land through fire stick farming, which reduced silt runoff that could smother the corals. The reef was their supermarket, their spiritual heart, and their home. The European gaze, discovery and exploitation, 1606-1900. The European chapter began with a near miss. In 1606, Dutch navigator Willem Janszoon aboard the Duifken became the first recorded European to encounter the Australian continent, sailing along the Cape York Peninsula. He missed the reef itself. The infamous first recorded encounter was by another